All right, all right. Let's wait a few more seconds before we go. The market is looking hot. Very nice. Okay, let me pull up Forex Factory as we need to talk about the big elephant in the room. That is gonna be, of course, NFP. Today we also have 10 a.m. Two bigger red folders. That's interesting. We have ISM and Jolts. Jolts is one of the bigger ones. So probably before 10 a.m. I'm curious if there's already going to be an entry. I don't think so. I think the entry will come, especially on Nasdaq. I will show you my approach for Nasdaq in a second. This will be around news. When there is news reports, I don't like to trade before it. Only if it's really, really obvious. And the obvious scenario I'm going to share with you after I talked about the dollar. And if it's just choppy today, we have NFP coming in on Friday. So that's with the expectations. The dollar, I think the dollar is in a very interesting spot. Why? We traded into a weekly bearish for value gap already, right here. It was on Monday. And I don't see price. Like, it doesn't make too much sense for me. So daily fair value gap for price to now trade up again, especially with all the bearishness around the dollar, quantitative easing, rate cuts. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. So I remain to have a bearish bias on the dollar. Currently, we're just consolidating. So probably the red folders will give us some clarity. I'm in a euro dollar position. I'll break that down in a second, which is not looking nice. I'm gonna draw down there. But let's talk about the watch list for today. And it's going to be a couple things I'm looking at. One is going to be Nasdaq, US indices in general. I think let me see. Am I audible? Is it good? Let me see. I just checked on my own. Like, I just weird thing. You can watch your own stream. I think the audio is good. We should be good. But for Nasdaq, up. I think it's pretty obvious that we want to go up for Nasdaq. So I want to play that bias. Yesterday, very sexy 10 a.m. game. Entry was around 11 something. I was already um, off trading view, so I missed this. I missed the whole 10 a.m. yesterday. It was not nice. But to show you what I meant was right here: accumulation, manipulation lower, distribution higher into the 15-minute busy. Very 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 clean. Entry around 11-ish. I think we can do this today again. Because let's make this a 1 hour structure. That was yesterday. And the displacement from yesterday gives the entry for today. Because I think we can go back to a Friday high. And we already traded during London into this 1 hour bullish value gap. So we don't need to come back here. Buys is going to be higher today. Low hanging fruit target is going to be Asia high right here. And ideally Friday high. Those are the two draws on liquidity I have for Nasdaq for today. And now is the question: how are we going to deliver there? That is where the skill is coming in for trading. And there will be a video coming out later today about time frame alignment. When to use daily, weekly, monthly, when to use the 1 hour, when to use the 1 minute, when to use the 5 minutes. I'm not going into detail for that. You need to watch the video that's coming out. But I will look for the following to happen today. If I see on a 1 hour, we tap into it and we go away, like we see right here. So we tap here into the 1 hour bullish value gap right here, and then we go away. This to me is already enough to say, okay, well, we're probably going higher, right? But then if you zoom in on that exact price action here on the lower time frame, I think it's not very clean. Let me show you on 5 minutes, for example. It is okay-ish, but these, look at the equal lows here. There is an SMT with ES. So we could, we need to consider this. So the main question for this session is going to be, is the London low the low of the day, or are we going back for London low and then go higher? And the cool part is, I think Jolts is going to tell us that at 10 a.m. Maybe they already open, but I'm not trading here before they open. I'm sitting out. I'm going to be passive. But already created some structure, so don't get me wrong. Like, we could go higher already from here. But I don't trust it yet. I don't trust it yet. So what I'd like to do when I am trading, like, I have the luxury to just talk to you guys and explain my thought process. If you don't have that, which of course is 99% of us, is just write it down. So for example, Nasdaq, what I just told is higher time frame bias is bullish. Intermediate term time frame is the 1 to 4 hour. 1 hour structure created, already tapped into 1 hour busy, but lower time frame not super clean. And jolts at 10 a.m. London low with ES SMT could already be low of the day, but waiting for the open and closer to jolts to let that idea be confirmed. I think this is a perfect analysis of what my approach is going to be today. And it means, and this is very nice, because you now write this down. And we are going to chill, let's say, on the 1 minute now. If I'm on a 1 minute, when I was not making money, I was freaking out right now. I was like, oh shit, we're going lower. Big candles. Oh no, what happens? Panic. Monkey brain. I was all over the place. But because now there's a game plan from the higher time frame all the way to the lower time frame, I know I can just very patiently sit on my hands. And I'm expecting big volatility, but not now. It's 5 minutes before the open. I do not need to be in a trade. This is my model. What I just explained is my model. Probably gonna play 10 a.m. game. But it depends on where do we move away from? Do we move away from here or do we move away from here? Cool. Similar bias for ES and YM. And the YouTube video that's going to be live today, I'm also breaking down yesterday's trade where you could have taken 2 trades. Very cleanly, and probably gonna take the same trade today. Okay. Next up, I want to talk about gold. Gold has created a daily bullish for value gap after yesterday's close. And we're now inside that right now, right here. Below current structure, so below the Wednesday, December 31st, there is a daily bullish for value gap sitting here. If I remember correctly, it's also a weekly value gap. Let me quickly check. Yeah, also weekly. Okay. And from that point, I'm bullish on gold. Same question. Where do we go higher from? I'm okay with shooting a 2 bullet approach. And what I mean by that is I'm going to shoot 1 trade idea from the daily busy, which value gap. If it does, if it fails, I'm going to take a loss on that. And then I'm going to look for buy structure from this area. Also, simple game plan. It's on the daily. And we can drop from the daily all the way to the lower time frame to see if you can find some nice ideas around this. This candle looks nice. Little liquidity sweep here. Or not, let me check. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I'm just looking for a lower time frame buy structure. This looks already like aggressive sells, aggressive buys, so this could already be enough. But same here, I'm waiting out jolts. So let's see how we open on NASDAQ. The bias is going to be higher. Cool. So we now know NASDAQ and know gold. I want to talk about my position on euro dollar, which is, of course, is hilarious. I didn't get stopped out by, I think, 1 point today. That's good. I think it was 73 I have. 70. Wait, let me check. No, it's, yeah, not stopped out by 1 point. Ridiculous. That's just not skill, it's luck. But apart from that, apart from my position, and I want to remove it for now, I'm going to add it later. On Monday, we moved away from a daily order book and for value gap. Rejected. That is enough for me to take a long position already from the daily already, just a swing position. After that, there was also nice retracement here. And inside here, in this candle, I took the entry. Well, obviously, it did not work out. Still in. And that whole bias from the daily here, I will keep this bias. So if I get stopped out, I'm probably going to take a re-entry later because I see us going higher from this area. Where to? Towards this high, towards the relative equal highs right here, and eventually towards the daily, the weekly bearish value gap. So yes, I agree with longs. GU probably the same. Let me check on GU. Yeah, GU has a similar Monday candle, which got me TP on my trade. The higher time structure on GU is less clean, but of course, this massive bullish value gap here is enough. Like look at the bodies. We tap into this 4 times, but the bodies are all the time above the daily bullish value gap. So that's nice. I like it. But also here, nice 4-hour bullish value gap. We need to have more structure coming in. Similar for my EU trade. Like it doesn't look nice now. It is okay-ish. Okay, let me get my trade back. It's okay-ish, but it's not enough for now. So I was in too early on my trade on the euro dollar yesterday. There it is. But I still think it's going higher. It would be nice if it goes higher without taking me out. Obviously, it's now open. So if you guys are tuning in later, this is my game plan for Nasdaq. I am a little under the weather, so I have my tea with honey, and so I'm not gonna talk for an hour straight. We're already going. I'm not trading at 9:30 open. Some of my students do. So if it's already at 9:30, we just explode higher. I'm not gonna be in this trade. I'm gonna wait for the retracement. Based on my data, I take too many losses on 9:30, so that's why I don't trade it. But a nice example, I think, for what I just said about waiting. If you look, for example, at ES from yesterday, similar structure as Nasdaq. At 9:45, we already seen this. Just we moved away like crazy. And people were like, oh, yeah, we're not going to take any trades anymore. It's already moved, blah, blah, blah. If you've seen my most recent YouTube videos, I talk about the FOMO protocol. That if that happens, you just zoom out 1 or 2 time frames and you're probably going to find another entry. Oh, and what a surprise. That happened. We came back all the way, got an entry, boom, 2 times. 2 times from a for value gap here, right here. So same for Nasdaq today. One, it's okay to miss moves. Like, don't be a little bitch, please. If you miss a move, who cares? But especially if the market moves away at 9:30, many days it will also just give another entry later. Like the stream, guys. I think it's a pretty good idea. Yeah, let's just all drop a little like on the stream. It'll be nice. Okay, so it's a pretty busy day on the market now. So it's Nasdaq what I'm looking at for longs. I'm looking at gold longs. Not sure is already, but I'm gonna look for longs soon. And waiting for potential lower time frame structure on euro dollar to give you guys some nice stuff. But keep in mind, we have 2 red folders coming in 30 minutes at 10. Jolts and ISM. So slow down before you press a lot of buttons. Okay. No promotion, but let's see if these are nice. Hmm. Interesting here on YM. On ES, there's a daily bullish revalue gap created after today. Also interesting. Same for Nasdaq. It would be nice for Nasdaq to drop lower to make the revalue gap close, but doesn't look like it. How was my birthday? Good celebration. It was nice. A slow day, be in nature. I like to have my birthdays very slow. It was nice. It was good. My biggest birthday present was this. Let me show you. It was GU pushing like this candle right here. January 5, 9 a.m. Boom. This candle got me almost $9,000 on a personal account, which is a pretty nice gift. Like personally, my biggest trade ever. Like what I usually do is just smaller payouts, few K. Like I never had like $9,000 in or I think 8,700 or something in one trade. It was a pretty nice birthday gift on GU there. Cool. So this is nice, in my opinion. what I'm now seeing is here, this 5 minute fair value gap. That is something I'm interested in. And we're probably already going to Asia high, which is fine. But this fair value gap is probably going to be the bias also for later. Gonna target Friday high if the structure comes. So then based on that, probably gonna have two bullets today. One is going to be from somewhere here. If the structure, oh, this is the wrong one. The structure aligns somewhere here, for example. And if not, one could be somewhere here. If we're gonna go back to London low. But for example, now there's no fair value gap created yet. Something like this. But I'm not interested now. Jolt is coming, guys. Where's Wolf coming in? I'll put this again on the screen. 10 a.m. ISM and Jolts. Tomorrow unemployment claims, Friday NFP. Slow down at 9:30 or what is 9:37. And I feel like on these streams and also all the feedback I get from my students, that is the most helpful. Just me in your ears, like, yo, don't press the button. Wait a little bit longer. Come on, you can do it. Um, of course, if I'm gonna take, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna lose and win with you guys. But with most traders, it's just saying don't push. It's okay to miss. It's okay to be so wrong. Especially in the heat of the market, the heat of the moment. Go back to your game plan you written down. I already gave this game plan at the start of the stream. That's why I wrote it down so we can come back to it. Higher time frame bullish. Intermediate time frame, 1 hour is created, 1 hour structure. What I mean by that is zooming out here. We have a value gap 1 right here. This was on Tuesday. Today we already in London we traded the other 1 hour bullish fair value gap. And I think we can use that structure to trade higher, which I think we're going to do to at least Friday high and higher probably. With that lower time frame, I'm waiting, but that I'm going to take longs, I think is pretty obvious. But the question is when and how. That's the question for today. The bias is bullish, in my opinion. Did I take notes of the settlement level of Nasdaq? And use no. And honestly, I'm not sure how stupid I'm gonna sound now, but I have never heard of settlement level. I don't know. So if it's cool and I need to use it, please tell me. But I'm not sure what it is. Any confirmation on the 1 minute? Yeah, like I think like in these scenarios where Jolt is coming, like if Red 4 is coming, before that I'm rarely pressing the button. The only way when I would now press the button is when we drop into this 5 minute busy here, right here, and trade higher. That is when we're gonna engage before Jolts. Because then, if that happens, I see jolts pushing to TP in one candle. But yeah, it's probably going higher. So the risk I'm now taking with not engaging is missing that move, and that is a personal thing. Like I don't do it. Similar as I did not do it yesterday. I did not chase this move from 940 higher. I said also to my students, I'm waiting for this, and that happened. Okay, ES already completed the move. YM is interesting. Not doing it. So we just took Asia high. Hmm. Why am I locked out here? Okay, let me fix that. 1 sec. There we go. And back. Boom. Okay, 60 minutes till jolts. Okay, so keep an eye on the dollar pairs. We could see a classic Judas swing, accumulation, manipulation during London kill zone 330, and then expansion higher. I'm pretty biased, of course. I'm already in a in a position on the dollar pairs. I would definitely keep them in mind for today as well. Okay, while we wait, let's take a look at the other pairs. Okay, so new 15-minute candle is being created, and that is nice. I like that because that is nice for a 10 a.m. game right here. So this is gonna be the point of interest I'm gonna probably wait for in the coming, what is it, 40 minutes. Can I do weekly reviews? Yeah, I already do weekly reviews, of course, for myself, for in my journal. I can also just post them, sure. It's more boring than you might think. It's just basically me looking at my trades and see where I made mistakes and see where I did amazing, and then making sure that the week after I do more of those amazing things while doing less of mistakes. And in the weekly outlook, you also see that I analyze based on the structure from the week before. So yeah, of course. I hope you guys are seeing euro dollar and doing something about it. Like, I'm not gonna give an entry signal or whatever. Like, I'm already in, and it's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be a meme. Look at this. I'm not stopped out, which is ridiculous. That's gonna be fun if it now goes up, because I have so many times where I got stopped out like this before the real move. So it would be nice to have it someday the other way. Cool. So I'm gonna wait until Jots. Also, a new 50-minute candle. So in 7 minutes, we're probably or already getting a fast entry. So I'm gonna have my trigger figure ready to see if we can get an entry. Not only on Nasdaq, definitely on Nasdaq, maybe also gold. Let's see what we have. So make sure you just be patient for now. Do I believe in Asia high to low? That depends on if there's a reason for price to come back to, for example, on Asia low, on Nasdaq in this case. Let me see where Asia low is. We already took Asia low. Asia low is right here. This is Asia, London, New York. No, I don't believe we always need to take Asia high or always need to take Asia low. Most days we do, but if you just look at best, like for example here, we don't take Asia low. Here we do take Asia low, high and low. Here we do take Asia high and low. This is all like Judas swing territory. But there's no, let's say there's no absolutes. It's all like relative. It's all nuanced. Like sometimes it does, sometimes not. So what I use is three liquidity pools. One is session liquidity. So for example, London high low, Asia high low, all that stuff. Daily highs and lows and weekly highs and lows. So what you see me marking out is now a 1 hour bullish value gap. And here Asia low is marked, of Asia high is marked out from Tuesday. And the other one is a weekly high right here, Friday, last Friday. That's always on my chart. But it's always good that the move starts after we take out some form of liquidity. In this case, we already did that during London with an SMT. So this looks like we're just going higher. So I'm going to hunt for entries at 10 a.m., depending on jolts, of course, but I'm going to look for entries right here. And it could be fast. So I'm going to, in 2-3 minutes, I'm going to already prepare. My contract's ready to see if we can maybe catch a quick entry. If not, also good. Like, yeah, we're just going to try our best to catch a move and see what happens. Finally watched all your videos. Thanks for the videos. All the videos. It's amazing. I love the commitment. Cool. I'm glad you like it. There's so much love and energy in those videos. And the cool part is, like, what no one knows. Only a couple people know, but I used to buy a lot of courses, ICT courses. Like, I think I bought over the years, I bought all the courses from all the influencers. All that stuff, all the gems are literally in all those free YouTube videos. Especially the most recent videos, of course, with the high production quality, but also the core, like the YouTube mentorship. The production quality of the YouTube mentorship, the playlist is really low because I was very new to creating videos. But the information in there is information I paid like a few $1,000s for. That's so it's so ridiculous. The trading industry is so funny. Okay, 10 seconds, jolts. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to the contract here. Here we go. The green lines are drawn liquidity. And let's see what jolts brings us. Let's see if we can find an entry somewhere here. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to wait for some form of reaction. I'm not going to take anything blindly. I'm going to be really patient, especially the first minutes of a red folder. Oh, this is all-time high, isn't it? Oh, no, never mind. I was joking. So, guys, I'm not in this trade. I'm just waiting. See how low we are going before creating buy structure. We are inside a 50-minute busy. There's also a 5-minute busy right there. Hmm. When I hover over your mouse, I don't really see where it is. I mean, oh, that's a great feedback. That is great feedback. I think I can fix it with a cursor. Let me see if I can find something that could help that. Okay, I'm now going to download an app called Cursor Effect. It's going to be so funny. Going to be confetti out of... I see all weird stuff out of the cursor. Okay, let's see. No, I'm already distracted. Now, let me see if you guys can see this. I'm not sure if it's visible on the stream. No, it's not. Oh, that's a shame. Wait. Okay, where do you see? Okay. My cursor is now a fireball, but you guys don't see it. It sucks. Okay. I will fix something for next stream, but it is nice. This is something I should have. This is the man talking about monkey brain all the time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like that I talk about it does definitely not mean I'm excluded from the monkey brain. Of course I have that. I'm human too. But I spent all my waking hours trying to get to know myself, and with that obviously stop making stupid mistakes. My eyes are now going, by the way, for this bearish value gap. If that is inversed, so disrespected, I'm going to take an entry with stop below this low. So it would be something like this. I'm probably going to take it a little bit higher. Yeah. No, I'll for next stream, I will find a cool cursor. Not for now. That's chill. And wait, I can make an arrow. You guys can see that. Instead of the cross, I could do the arrow. See, you guys can see this too. No, it doesn't show. No. Okay, yeah, I will fix it later. So I want this for Velgap to be inversed. So I have a 50-minute, well, daily web record, a higher time frame context. We have 50-minute structure. And now looking for a 1-minute entry. Is the wrong? Is the good one? Let's see how that would look like. How many contracts? 15? No. How much do I need to pass this challenge? 2,400. Okay. Let's take this trade also on another challenge. Boom. Oh, this stop is not nice. Okay, little like that. Boom. Of course, it's my first bullet. So I waited for the Vega to be inversed. That's happening right now. Inversion value gap. And now we're creating another bullish value gap. My stop loss is going to break even once we hit the green line. That's going to be last week's high. Now we're creating a new value gap. This to me honestly looks like 10 AM game accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Like you've seen in my 100 videos. Now let's see if we can see it live. And now it's waiting. Also, now you also see the 4-hour candle printing live. So my stop loss, I think we could make the low of the 4-hour candle inside this 15-minute busy. If it doesn't follow through, we're probably gonna have during the PM session, there's a new 4-hour busy created. That could mess with the trade idea. And now the boring stuff starts, guys. Now it's waiting. Like when people think about trading, they think about the flashy stuff, the payouts, but most of the time, like literally 90% of the time, is just waiting like a maniac, staring at random candlesticks. It's it's so weird. I'm curious, guys. Let me know in the chat the following: if someone would ask you, "Should I start trading?" Would you say yes or no? Just yes or no. Would you start trading? Yes or no? Yes, the question was, if someone asks you, "Should I start trading?" Would you say yes or no? I would say if you love them, say no. Don't start. No, I'm joking. Because trading is one of the most weird skills in the world where you don't add any value to society, don't bring any products to market, you don't make anyone happy or sad with products or with services. It's just speculating, it's just gambling. The mental toll of trading is so insane. You really need to be ready for it. I say no. For example, I also don't mentor beginner traders. I mentor traders who already been through a couple of like punch in in the face, like already seen like made the stupid mistakes already and already traded for a couple months. Because those people who were punched in the face a couple times, kicked to the ground, and they're still trading, of course, let's go. Let's you're sticking around. Might as well make it work. Might as well make it work. So, but to my friends who see what I'm doing, they see the money I'm making, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I want it too." I immediately say, "No, no, you don't. You just see the numbers. You don't know the sleepless nights, the difficult, the horrible things the Markham does to your brain and to your stress levels and to you." What I also find fascinating about trading is you don't know if you're gonna be in a win streak or losing streak. For example, today could be the start of a massive win streak or the start of a massive losing streak, and you don't know yet. For example, now it goes down and it goes straight to TP. And we're like, oh shit, they could lose, blah blah. Blah. And then oh shit, when is the next win? Is it ever coming? Of course it's coming, but you don't know yet. Like there's no guarantees. It's so cool. Um, I think trading is a form of gambling because it's speculating, but I would more compare it to poker, where there is both skill and luck involved. It does, but I still love it. Yeah, I agree. What I don't love is the Nasdaq candles that are they're now being printed. I honestly don't like that. Just like, for example, the euro dollar candles are now being printed. Also not nice. Yes, looking bearish. Yeah, I saw YM also. So it could be that I'm gonna be on the wrong side of the market, guys, which can happen. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a very nice minus one on this. If you see, for example, like this is such a sexy cell structure here on ES, back to London low. Well, yeah, I'm same. So no, I don't think we're gonna take a win on this trade, guys. This would be nice. Like, of course, I love making money, but it does look very nice. But the thing is, like, that's why you have a stop loss. Like, you put it in a certain place, and now just waiting. Like, just commit. Home to see SMT between GU and EU. Yeah, it would be nice. But like both EU and GU did not give any lower time frame structure so far. Like this is one still big one consolidation here. So this would be nice indeed to get some structure in, but for now it's not nice. Yeah, yeah, I see the SMT. You're right with that. But the SMT is only confirmed once we actually start breaking higher. Let's see if Lady Nasdaq wants to dance with us today. Because if this idea doesn't work out, I'm still confident in the idea, but later. So also after stream, I will be looking at areas like, for example, right here we have this fair value gap sitting here, some down close candles, and of course the ugly lows at London. So if this doesn't work out, then my second bullet will be taken when we have structure from here or structure from here. Depends on what we'll get. I'm not gonna catch bottom or tops. I don't do that. I just let price show what's maybe coming. For example, this trade is not like a bad trade. Like I really like it. Why? It's just taken from a 50-minute busy. 50-minute busy, clear draw on liquidity, the weekly high. And if that doesn't follow through, yeah, who cares? But it was a nice trade. Then I come back later. And as long as I don't have a 100% win rate, we're gonna have trades like that where it looks nice, doesn't follow through, and then we just wait for the next opportunity. Good trade, still respecting five. Yeah, yeah. Like the trade is fine. Like I think there's nothing wrong with this trade. I think it's fine. But even good trades can fail. Also, my eyes are going to the retracement on YM. I'm not sure if we're done yet. I think we're gonna have a nice session. Wow, we're actually back in profit. Let's go. Hmm. 1 point in drawdown, boom, stop loss. That would be funny. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Cool. So we're closing in on 10:30 and reviewing this stream. I'm pretty happy with this trade, especially because at the start we made a game plan, and the game plan was as follows. Let me copy it. Let me see where it is. There we go. I'll put it next to the current trade because I think it is so important that when the candles print, your brain can do stupid stuff. But this is what I said. Higher time frame is bullish. Cool. 1 or 4 hour intermediate term time frame structures created on a 1 hour. Lower time frame, not super clean. That's why I want to wait for jolts, 10 a.m. at least. After jolts, wait for structure. Cool. At jolts, we create a 15-minute bullish value gap. That is the point of interest where we looked at the 1 minute to find an entry. Based on that higher time frame and intermediate term time frame bias, not random, based on that. The video I'm gonna be posting on YouTube later today is going to be about time frame alignment. That's exactly what we did today. And now on the 1 minute, like it does horrible still, like it doesn't look nice. But that is why the trade is executed. And no matter if this is going to be a win or a loss, this is a good trade because there was a plan. It is executed, and the candles that are coming is out of your control. So when this comes to stop loss, I'm gonna journal this, of course, as a loss. But for the mental stuff and for the trade plan stuff, amazing. Amazing. Okay. We need to talk about gold. Um, Daily busy. It's the last thing I want to share with you guys for today. I have a daily bullish value gap. And it could be that we are looking now at a market structure shift. So my eyes now are going to this inverse fair value gap right here. And now I'm curious, in the coming 5 minutes, do we create bullish fair value gap? If yes, it will be interesting. What about my TP on Nasdaq? Why is it there? That's a great question. It is pretty random. It is based on, well, not random. That's not true. It is based on the stop loss I wanted to have right here, and the amount of money I needed to have to pass a challenge, another 150k challenge that was here. I think the ideal TP is just last week's high, the green line. If you want to be really fancy, you can even go to where was it? Let me see if I can. I think I had it here. To these highs, the December highs right there. I took a long on EU from that 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, awesome. Let's see how that's going. Oh yeah, wow. I didn't see that. I think you mean this one, right? Mr. Turtle Soup. Mr. Turtle Soup. I see that, Gino. Let's go. Yeah, nice. I still think the lower time from here is not nice, but yeah, I agree with the idea. After stream, I'm going to look for longs on gold. But it's only when we are now creating a 5-minute busy, and of course, if that busy is going to be respected. Very simple. There's no maybes or not. It's just or it happens or it's not happening. Nice, amazing. Cool. All right. That is everything I had to share with you guys for today. New YouTube video out today, also this weekend. Gonna be a nice new YouTube video coming out. So the uploads will keep coming. Yeah, amazing, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you liked something today, if you learned something today, drop a big fat W in the chat. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. See you guys in the Discord and on socials. See you guys later. Bye.